Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch a quick farming guide, at least for souls, for Dark Souls 2. Now this is going to be focusing primarily on the Sorcerer. Now everyone has their course close preference in how they like to level Sorcerer. I have my own, they have theirs. So if theirs seem more valuable to you, then stick to theirs. But if mine seems more valuable to you, then stick to mine. Whatever may float your boat. Alright, so far I've noticed the most stable and as well as beneficial way to get good souls in this game is of course farming Iron Keep. And what I mean so is, well, basically going through the strides from Earthen Peak, go to Iron Keep, and then basically grind the shit out of the Threshold Bridge, excuse me, and when from there, once you clear all the enemies out, at least times 10 of each enemy, you can move on to this spot, which by then hopefully cleared out all the enemies from there and makes it easier to get to here. Once you get to here, I'll point out where the enemies would be standing because I kind of cleared them all out by now, but you'll generally get the point. Alright, so as soon as you're done with this spot right here, you'll basically come up these steps after you fought this enemy over here, and you'll find this said bonfire. From this bonfire, this door will open up. From the opened up door, you'll be greeted with a samurai standing way the hell over here. Now he'll just be standing here sharpening his sword, doing what a samurai slash soldier will be doing. Now he's a big guy, so my best advice is to make sure your ranged attack is fruitful. Otherwise, he's going to be charging at your ass full speed, and he's going to kick your ass. And I'm not shitting you. Like, he will mess your day up. So it's advisable to be at least soul level 70 before attempting this. Otherwise, you guys get the general point when it comes to grinding in this game to get to that point. So, alright, he's going to be standing here. You're going to be standing at this doorway. Now you want to bottleneck him as much as possible, so therefore you want to at least be standing here. Now if you do not have the binoculars by now, I also have a guide on my channel that points out where you can get the binoculars, which are pretty useful especially for this type of farming. So okay, you're going to at least stand in this doorway, and you're going to want to fire your great heavy arrows if you do not have some. So basically how you do that is you just go boom, 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 and keep on firing him as much as possible until he dies, because he will eventually die. So once he dies, don't of course reset, but you get the point. I'm just recharging my arrows here. But next you're going to see is like some sort of archer sitting at this point right here, which you see those blood splatters, which are not mine of course. Once you clear all these guys out, you look behind you, there's going to be one more sitting down here across this bridge, which he will be practically at your disposal. He can't do shit to you once you're up here. So once you go up here, he's all cleared out, you can come down here for now. You can climb down this ladder and you'll see that little corpse just sitting there. It has some sort of loot. I forgot what exactly is the loot, so you know you're on your own. Then basically blah blah blah, touch my nipples. So you move on. You have a group of enemies, or at least two of these ninja turtles sitting right here, and you're gonna have to clear these guys out for a while. You can see the blood stains obviously telling you the tale. Now, once you just keep on grinding all those enemies out I've just mentioned right there for a while, and then eventually they'll be gone. Once they're gone, you can move on. But a word of advice is if once you hit the level at least 1500 or so when it comes to souls, then cash them out. So go all the way to the bonfire, go to your, travel, go to Majora, whatever the heck you want to call it. Come to here, talk to the Jade Lady, cash in your souls, do this as much as possible so that way you can get yourself stronger and stronger and stronger. As I break my desk, does not matter, let's move on.
Bearer of the curse.
Bearer of the curse. Touch my nipples. So basically what you want to do here is level up. You guys get the point. Not too hard. Basically just grind as much as possible. Just go okay. Just keep on doing this as much as possible, so that way your character gets stronger and stronger, and killing these enemies become easier and easier. Henceforth, the grind. But do not worry, your, of course, grinding does pay off, because you will get to from 70 to 90 pretty quickly doing this over and over. However, the downside is eventually, as I said before about the 10 enemies depleting, that means that your little supply hero goes short. So until you beat the boss of this area, this will pretty much be, well, bare. So once these enemies are all cleared out, we're going to move on here really briefly and give you guys a heads up of what comes up ahead of from here. Now, you get on this narrow hallway, which does not do you justice. Like, you're going to be at the mercy of this guy right there. You can hopefully see him right there. You'll be at his disposal unless you hug that said staircase, which I'll go into here in a moment. He's thinking about it. He's making a break for it. Ah! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, always want to do that. Now, normally I was not that lucky to be able to get 3 for 1 there. But, normally if once I pull this crank down, what's going to be happening is there'd be all sorts of fire traps going down here. So, once that happens, that thing right there in the middle will be spinning and all the enemies will be pretty much getting hit by that, which is a good thing. That little horse right there will be firing as well. You know, fire be shooting out his mouth and shit. And so then that guy would be like, hey, what's going on? Be over here. So he'll start going towards that and he'll burn the blaze, making your said work easier. So, for example, just use like a cheap arrow or something, like this one. Then he'll start going over, going as annoying as possible, so that way you know quality is ensued. So once he goes around there, he'll eventually die, of course, by then, hopefully. If not, he still has a lot to fuck with. So it's practically a lot of bottlenecking in this situation. If not, just wear him down until he dies. Once he's dead, you can move on carefully. Now, there's a little bit of a head glitch right here. Hopefully you can get a good ranged view from here. The best ranged, I would say, arrow to throw at these guys is the soul arrow, just a normal one. So what you're going to want to do with the binoculars again is very carefully aim this, so that way his arrow won't hit you, but you'll be able to hit him. You're going to see right up there, and we'll hit him as well. So you're going to adjust it just right and go. And don't spam like I just did. You're going to see right there, it's not going to hit you, so you got nothing to worry about. The only thing I would have to worry about is that guy down there. He's an asshole, so you're going to be very careful of him. Pay attention to your health as you're running through here. By now, all the enemies are cleared out. You have to dodge this little fire trap, which you have to do yourself. And to get past this guy, simply just run across this little platform. He'll go, hey, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh! And then you write a Dear John letter to his mother. So, if you want to skip that guy in the corner, you can. You can go through here and deal with the asshole up there, which I'll show you here really briefly. There's a lot of warning signs, which I would follow those. Find your best arrows. Be very careful. Like so. Kite him carefully, of course, for great measures. Make sure you don't fall into the pit like I almost did. Run your ass off. Make sure he's not following you, because if he does, you're in trouble. So he's just chilling. He don't give a shit. So there's that option right there, which is sort of sound if you want to run like a maniac on steroids. Or you could take this option right here, which leads to this ladder, which you have to deal with this asshole right up there in the corner, which, again, you gotta pick him off very carefully, otherwise he's just gonna rock your world in a bad way. See, he's planning something. Size up where his arrow is gonna land so you can stand right about there, hopefully. I'll be a test dummy for this. Yep. If you can aim just right, you can cheese him as much as possible. And the best part is you won't be able to hit that fire trap right over there, so just size it up, toss it down. Make sure you're not moving too far out. There you go, see? So you're safe, just do it carefully until he dies. So when he's dead, that means you did good. So, alright, you dodged that. Also, if there's other, if you don't want to bother trying to, do the angling stuff with that, you just go over here, just knock those down. Pretend like this is Donkey Kong or something, and just knock those guys off. Next, go up this ladder, which I advise going up this route anyway, as otherwise you'd be getting your ass handed to you, and it won't be pretty. So, there's this trap right here, which is this mimic. Do not open that chest. Do not open that chest. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just don't fuck with it. Leave it alone. I mean, you can try to kite it if you wish. So, next up here is practically nothing, per se. Go up that ladder. This chest is safe, as you can obviously see. You go up this ladder, you can go up this other ladder, and you have to contend with some enemies, which I'm not going to go up there because it's annoying. You'll get the point. There's like about 3 or 4 enemies up there, which you'll go up some staircases and dick around with that yourself. Basically, past that point, blah, blah, blah. You go around. A lot of jumping I'm not going to do. You can do that yourself. So, yeah, you guys get generally the point anyway. Really basic, straightforward stuff. I mean, it's not anything rocket science worthy. Also, one more thing to note is past this door is safe. It leads up to the bell tower, so if you have one of these little these mouth guards here, you just go into there, climb up the ladder, get some PvP shit going on up there, which I don't bother with, and then you basically, if you want to reset your soul farming exercise, just run all the way back over here and sit down like this. See, pretty straightforward, right? Say yes, of course. But anyway, if this helped you guys out, I am very glad it did so. I try to be as cohesive as possible with this. I mean, there's extra little bits and pieces here and there probably I might have missed. If I did, please people in the comments be very polite and be sure to share any extra tips you might think will be beneficial to anyone else when it comes to farming the Iron Hearth Hall. But yeah, take it easy. Thank you for watching, at least for Sorcerers. Everyone else, you're on your own.